this week's show, we follow His Serene Highness Prince Albert II on his official visit to Canada. We have a look at the documentary called 700 Sharks in the Night, and we discover the programme for the upcoming Monte Carlo Television Festival. We start with His Serene Highness Prince Albert II's official visit to Canada. Upon his arrival in Ottawa, the Sovereign Prince was welcomed by Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister. During their meeting, the two heads of state, who share an interest in protection of the environment, discussed the commitments made through the Paris Agreement. Climate change and preservation of oceans were also discussed.
J'avais depuis longtemps voulu rencontrer le gouvernement canadien.
I have wanted to meet the Canadian government and the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau for a long time. He very kindly invited me to come and meet him in Ottawa. And Canada is taking on the presidency of the G7, where they intend to push the issue of protection of the oceans and everything related to oceans, such as fishing, pollution, especially plastic pollution, protected marine areas, all the various issues I have fought for in various forums. I think it's an extraordinary opportunity for a big country, as a member of the G7, to focus on these problems.
Extraordinaire pour un grand pays, au sein d'un groupe comme le G7, de faire avancer ces questions.
The visit then continued in Halifax at the Dalhousie University. Amongst other things, the campus houses the International Oceanography Centre that the Prince was able to visit. We're staying with the marine theme with this documentary, 700 Sharks in the Night, by Luc Marescot. The film follows Laurent Balesta's expedition in French Polynesia. The biologist and photographer focused on the sharks of the atoll of Fakarava. This area has the largest recorded population of sharks to this day, estimated at around 700. To find out more about their behaviour and their impact on the coral reef, Laurent Balesta has put a chip on around 40 of them. The first time I went there was because of the rumour I had heard of high numbers of groupers, millions and millions of groupers who gather there to reproduce all at the same time. The first trip there in 2014 was to see these reproducing groupers because their reproduction had not yet been filmed at that time. When we got there, we did see the groupers, but we also saw this enormous shoal of 700 sharks who tried to eat them every night. We were so passionate about it that we returned every year, and after the first film on the groupers, we couldn't help ourselves from making this film of the 700 sharks in the night. The 90-minute film was previewed at the Oceanographic Museum in the presence of Prince Albert II. It was a total immersive experience for the viewers, something that they had never seen before. Every year, the stars of TV shows gather in the Principality for the Monte Carlo Television Festival. The 48th edition will take place from the 15th to the 19th of June, and the organisers have just unveiled the big names that will be gracing the Monégasque red carpet. We will have the actors from Casa de Papel, that is very successful internationally. We will also have the SWAT series with Shemar Moore, who everybody knows. Anne Sweeney will be the president of the fiction jury. She is a professional in the area of audiovisual, who received an award from the hands of the honorary president of the competition, Prince Albert II of Monaco, in 2012. She is now on the Netflix board of directors and previously occupied a very high-level post with Disney Studios. The television festival will offer people the chance to meet their favourite TV actors. We should be getting more details of attendees before then. Let's not forget the competition, with several series competing for the coveted Golden Nymph. Around 100 cyclists took part in a charity race from Saint-Tropez to Monaco, 140 kilometres for a good cause. In the peloton, there were various sports people, as well as quite a few former Formula One drivers, such as Mika Häkkinen.
It's a very social meeting with the people. A lot of people here who are from Monaco, they're very busy, do business and very hard, they have families. So to do this kind of social event together, enjoy, do cycling, have a nice talk, it's really great what the principality is organizing. So
The funds raised last year went to the Monegasque Red Cross to support a project in Burkina Faso. For this edition, the 125,000 euros raised will go to the Princess Charlene Foundation. Time to go. See you next week.